11 large Coronation Street spoilers for subsequent week. What's subsequent at the cobbles? Next week on Coronation Street. Craig's existence hangs with inside the stability after he is attacked with inside the line of duty. Elsewhere, Kit and Bernie face a daunting showdown with Mick, and unsettling new info are discovered over Mick and Lou's marriage. Here's our complete manual to 11 massive moments coming up. You also can test out our series of 32 spoiler photos from those episodes. 1. Kit name callings Mick. Kit clashes with Mick after catching Brody shoplifting. Unable to resist, Kit mocks Mick with the aid of suggesting that Lou isn't always as unswerving as he thinks. Mick confronts Lou after Kit's remark, sparking sparkling tensions among the couple. 2. Sean and Gemma fear approximately Lou. Realizing that they want as a good deal proof towards Mick as possible, Sean is going to the police to alternate his current statement. He confirms that Mick changed into the only who attacked him some weeks ago. Later, Lou is visible dabbing at a head wound. She calls Mick and asks him to return back domestic so he can talk. However, the villain stays in a bad temper and speeds away in his van. 3. Mick's rage grows even further. Kit calls Mick, who screams at him down the phone. Mick proclaims that each one of his issues are right all the way down to Kit. Mick then cuts the decision and takes subjects into his very own hands. His subsequent flow is unclear. However, Kit and Lou appear to be in danger. 4. Craig sees a risk to show himself. Craig begins off evolved shadowing Kit on his SID placement, however feels undervalued as it is clean that Kit does not price his work. Lisa encourages Craig to discover a manner to show Kit wrong. Later, Craig receives his risk whilst he is known as to analyze a disturbance. 5. Craig is rushed to hospital. An ambulance arrives and Craig struggles to provide an explanation for what befell to him. Craig's accidents are so intense that he is taken into extensive care. As Asha completes her handover, Craig explains that he is aware of what befell to him. His colleague Jess is short to invite questions. However, Craig's circumstance deteriorates. 6. Lou flees from the cobbles. An injured Lou makes a decision to take her younger daughters Shanice and Joni away for some days. Tim selections them up in a cab. However, he insists on taking Lou to A&E first after noticing the reduce on her head. At the hospital, the nurse realizes that Lou is in an abusive relationship. Lou refuses to reveal any info and does a runner, leaving Tim to appearance after the girls. 7. Mick plots Kit's murder. When Sarah arrives domestic, she's bowled over as menacing Mick follows her into the flat. She orders him to leave. However, Mick makes it clean that he is going nowhere till she summons Kit to be there. Later, Mick proclaims that Kit has ruined his existence. He vows to kill his nemesis as soon as and for all, earlier than outlining a merciless plan to entice him. 8. Kit gets a traumatic call. Mick holds Bernie captive on a few waste floor. He plans to apply Bernie as leverage, even though she warns him that his plan is doomed to fail as Kit does not care approximately her. Mick examines this idea with the aid of calling Kit, letting him understand that he has Bernie and he need to come by myself if he desires to preserve her safe. 9. Mick's darkish plan unfolds. Kit heads off to waste floor and is faced with the aid of Mick, who nevertheless has Bernie in his clutches as he makes demands. Worried that this may be the end, Bernie attempts to inform Kit that she attempted to get Lower back in touch with him years ago. However, his followed mum intervened. Will Kit discover a manner to store Bernie and himself? Lisa speaks to Jess at the phone, determined for any information on Craig. At the pub, Glenda, Steve, David, Gary and Maria are amongst people who mirror at the horrors of the day. Meanwhile, Kirk telephones Beth to inform her what has befell to Craig. 11. Lisa displays at the future. Lisa is left considerate after the stunning activities of the day. She tells Carla that she's decided to seize happiness in which she will be able to, however, what is going to this suggest for his or her future. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more movie spoilers next week. Goodbye and see you again.